Welcome back to the channel. Today, my friends, I am going to tell you something that is going to change the way you look at your loose change forever. What if I told you that a simple quarter from 1972, yes, that 25-cent coin that has been sitting forgotten at the bottom of a coin jar, tucked away in an old drawer, or buried inside an inherited collection that nobody has touched in years, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? I am not exaggerating for even one single second. There are people who have found this exact coin in the most unexpected places imaginable and sold them for amounts that completely transformed their lives. And the most incredible part of all? You might have one sitting right there at home without even knowing it. Stay until the very end because the number I am going to reveal in this video is going to leave you absolutely stunned. The coin we are talking about today is the 1972 USA quarter dollar. A coin that looks completely familiar and ordinary at first glance, but that hides beneath its surface a history full of mystery, rarity, and extraordinary value that very few people ever discover. And to understand why this coin can be so incredibly valuable, I need to take you back in time because the year 1972 was for American coinage a year filled with unique circumstances that created some of the most sought-after error coins in the entire history of American numismatics. We are in 1972. Richard Nixon is in the White House. The Vietnam War is still raging. The Summer Olympics in Munich are shocking the world. And at the United States Mint facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, millions upon millions of quarters are being produced every single day at a relentless pace. The demand for coinage across America is enormous. Vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, and payphones are consuming quarters at a rate that keeps the mint working around the clock without stopping. And when production runs at that kind of speed and scale, errors happen. Quiet errors. Invisible errors that slip past quality control and make their way into circulation. Errors that decades later become the obsession of collectors around the entire world. Now let us talk about the design of this coin because it is truly classic and deeply iconic in American culture. On the obverse, the front of the coin, you can see the distinguished profile of George Washington looking to the right. This timeless portrait was sculpted by John Flanagan and has appeared on the American quarter since 1932. Making it one of the most recognized coin portraits in the entire world. Above Washington, you can read the words "In God We Trust." To the left, the word liberty, and to the right, the date 1972. Below the date, you will find the mint mark that tells you exactly where this coin was born. A D means Denver, no letter means Philadelphia, and a precious S means San Francisco, which immediately signals something potentially far more special and valuable. On the reverse, you can see the majestic American eagle with its powerful wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other, symbols of both strength and peace. Above the eagle, the inscription United States of America, and below it, the denomination quarter dollar. Around the design, the motto E Pluribus Unum completes this iconic and deeply American image that has stood the test of time for decades. But it is the errors hiding on some of these coins that can turn an ordinary 1972 quarter into an extraordinary treasure. And this is the moment where every collector's pulse starts racing with pure excitement. One of the most celebrated and valuable errors found on 1972 quarters is the double die obverse. This spectacular error occurs when the die that stamps the design onto the metal strikes the coin more than once with a slight rotational shift between each strike. The result is a beautifully dramatic doubled image where the lettering of liberty, the date 1972, and the words "In God We Trust" appear clearly duplicated with a visible and unmistakable shadow. If you examine your 1972 quarter under a magnifying glass and you notice that any of these inscriptions appear doubled or seem to have a ghost image behind them, stop everything you are doing because you may be holding one of the most valuable quarters in modern American numismatic history. Another thrilling error to search for is the off-center strike, where the coin blank was not perfectly aligned under the die at the precise moment of striking. The design appears dramatically shifted toward one side of the coin, leaving a blank crescent of raw metal on the opposite side without any design whatsoever. The more dramatic and pronounced the shift, the more visually stunning and monetarily valuable the error becomes for passionate collectors who spend their entire lives searching for pieces exactly like this one. Then there are the 1972 S-proof errors, coins struck at the San Francisco Mint with highly polished mirror-like dies, and specially prepared blanks designed to produce coins of absolute perfection for collector sets and special editions. These proof quarters gleam with a brilliance that regular circulation coins simply cannot match. But even in this extraordinarily controlled and meticulous production process, errors can and do slip through. And when a 1972 S-proof quarter carries a confirmed minting error certified by experts, its value in the collector market reaches levels that are almost impossible to believe. There are also die crack errors, where stress fractures in the die itself leave raised lines across the surface of the coin. Cut errors, where a chip breaks from the edge of the die and creates a raised blob of metal on the coin. And the incredibly dramatic wrong planchet errors, where a 1972 quarter design was accidentally struck on a metal blank intended for a completely different denomination or even a foreign coin. These wrong planchet errors are among the rarest and most breathtaking error coins that any collector could ever hope to find. How do you know if your 1972 quarter is hiding a fortune? Start looking right now. Search every coin jar, every old drawer, every forgotten piggy bank, and every inherited coin collection in your home. People who lived through the 70s frequently saved coins without ever realizing their potential value. Once you find a 1972 quarter, grab a quality magnifying glass of at least 10 times magnification and study the obverse with patient and careful attention. Focus specifically on the lettering of Liberty, the date 1972, and the phrase "In God We Trust." Do you see any doubling? Do the letters cast a shadow or appear to exist in two places at once? Check the reverse as well for any unusual doubling in the eagle imagery or the surrounding lettering. And always check if the overall design is perfectly centered on the coin. Every single detail matters, and every tiny anomaly could be the discovery of a lifetime. And please, if you believe you might have something special in your hands, never clean it. Not even once. Cleaning a coin is the single most destructive thing a collector can do because it permanently removes the natural patina that time has deposited on the metal surface, and that can reduce the coin's value by 90% or more in an instant. Place it gently into a protective plastic coin holder, store it away from moisture and heat, and send it as soon as possible to a world-class grading service like PCGS or NGC to have it professionally examined, authenticated, and assigned an official grade. And now the moment that absolutely everyone has been waiting for since the very first second of this video. How much is a 1972 USA $quarter error coin actually worth in today's collector market? Take a deep breath. Sit down if you need to, because depending on the specific type of error, the mint mark on the coin, and most critically the certified condition assigned by professional graders, a 1972 $quarter with a confirmed error can be worth in today's market between $58,000 and $295,000. Between $58,000 and $295,000. For a quarter, a simple 25-cent coin that millions of Americans have held in their hands, dropped into vending machines, and tossed into change jars without ever giving it a second thought. So the moment this video ends, go search every single coin you have stored anywhere in your home. Check every 1972 quarter you can find and examine each one carefully, slowly, and patiently, because you truly never know what magnificent treasure might be hiding right there in plain sight, just waiting for you to finally look closely enough to see it. If this video got your heart racing and left you excited to dig through every coin jar in your house, smash that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and make absolutely certain you hit that bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos, where we will keep discovering together the rarest, most mysterious, and most breathtakingly valuable coins in the entire world. Until next time, and always remember, the greatest treasure of your life might be sitting right there in that forgotten coin jar that you walk past every single day without ever giving it a second glance. What if I told you that a simple quarter, yes, that 25-cent coin that you toss into a cup holder, throw into a drawer without thinking, or leave sitting at the bottom of your bag, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? I am not exaggerating for even 1 second. There are people who have found this exact coin among their everyday change, in old coin jars, in inherited collections that nobody had opened in decades, and they sold them for amounts that literally changed their lives forever. And the most surprising part of all, you might have one right now without even knowing it. Stay until the end, because the number I am going to reveal at the end of this video is going to leave you completely speechless. The coin we are talking about today is the 1969 USA $quarter. A coin that looks completely ordinary at first glance, but hides a fascinating history and a value that very few people can even imagine. And to understand why this coin can be so incredibly valuable, I need to take you back in time for a moment, because the year 1969 was for American coinage a year full of change, pressure, and errors that today are worth absolute fortunes. We are in 1969. America is living one of the most electrifying years of the 20th century. Neil Armstrong is walking on the moon. Woodstock is shaking the world with music. The Vietnam War is dividing the nation. And right in the middle of all that historical turbulence, the United States Mint is producing millions and millions of coins every single day at an incredible pace. And when production is moving that fast, under that much pressure, errors happen. Small errors. Errors that nobody notices at the time, but errors that decades later become extraordinary treasures for collectors around the entire world. Now let us talk about the design of this coin because it is truly iconic and deeply American. On the obverse, which is the front of the coin, you can see the majestic profile of George Washington looking to the right. This portrait was designed by sculptor John Flanagan and has graced the quarter since 1932. Above Washington, you can read the words "In God We Trust." To the left, you see Liberty, and to the right, the date 1969. If the coin was minted in Denver, you will see a small letter D below the date. No letter means it was minted in Philadelphia. And if you see the letter S, it was minted in San Francisco, which makes it particularly special and potentially very valuable. On the reverse, you can see the majestic American eagle with its wings spread wide, holding arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other. Above the eagle, the inscription United States of America, and below it, the denomination $quarter. Surrounding everything, the motto E Pluribus Unum, a design that is instantly recognizable and deeply symbolic of American identity and values. But it is the errors on this coin that can turn an ordinary quarter into a life-changing treasure. And this is where every collector's heart starts beating faster. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, where the die that stamps the design strikes the coin more than once with a slight rotation or shift between strikes. The result is a clearly duplicated image where the letters of Liberty, the date 1969, and the words "In God We Trust" appear with a visible shadow or are clearly doubled. If you look at your coin under a magnifying glass and you see any of these inscriptions appearing doubled or with shadows, you might be holding something extraordinarily valuable right in your hands. Another fascinating error is the off-center strike, where the coin was struck off-center and the design appears shifted to one side, leaving a blank strip of pure metal without any design on the other side. The more dramatic the shift, the more visually striking and valuable the error becomes for passionate collectors. A quarter with a 50% off-center strike is something that collectors search desperately for their entire lives. Then there are the 1969 S-proof errors, coins that were minted in San Francisco with a mirror-like brilliant finish specifically for collectors and special sets. These proof coins were made with incredible care and precision. But even in that highly controlled process, errors can slip through. And when a 1969 S-proof quarter has a confirmed minting error, its value becomes something truly stratospheric in the numismatic world. How do you know if your 1969 quarter is a treasure? First, go find it. Check all your coin jars, drawers, old collections, and any coins passed down from family members. Then, with a magnifying glass of at least 10 times magnification, carefully examine the obverse of the coin. Focus on the letters of Liberty, the date 1969, and the words "In God We Trust." Do you see anything doubled? Do the letters have shadows? Check if the design is perfectly centered. Any anomaly you find could be the sign you have been waiting for your entire life. And please, if you think you have something special, never clean it. Never. Under any circumstances. Cleaning an old coin destroys its natural patina and can reduce its value by 90% or more. Store it immediately in a plastic coin sleeve and send it to recognized certification companies like PCGS or NGC to have it professionally evaluated and graded. And now the moment everyone has been waiting for since the very first second of this video. How much is a 1969 USA $quarter error coin actually worth? Take a deep breath. Depending on the type of error and the certified condition of the coin, a 1969 $quarter with error can be worth in today's market between $58,000 and $295,000. Between $58,000 and $295,000. For a simple quarter that millions of people have touched with their own hands and tossed away without a second thought. So today, the moment you finish watching this video, go find every coin you have stored in your house. Check every 1969 quarter you can find and examine them carefully and patiently, because you never know what extraordinary treasure might be waiting for you in some forgotten corner of your life. If this video excited you and left you wanting to search for coins all over your house, hit that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, hit that bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos where we will keep discovering together the rarest and most valuable coins in the entire world. Until next time, and always remember, the greatest treasure of your life might be waiting for you right at the bottom of that coin jar you have been ignoring for years. What if I told you that a simple quarter sitting in your coin jar, your car cup holder, or at the bottom of your purse right now could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? I am not making this up for even 1 second. There are people who have found this exact coin among their everyday change, in old piggy banks, in forgotten collections tucked away in attics, and they sold them for amounts that completely changed their lives. And the most incredible part? You might have one sitting right there at home without even realizing it. Stay until the very end, because the number I am going to reveal will leave you absolutely breathless. The coin we are talking about today is the 2019 USA America, the beautiful National Park State Quarter Dollar. A coin that looks modern, familiar, and completely ordinary but hides something extraordinary underneath its surface. And to understand why this coin can be so incredibly valuable, I need to tell you a story that very few people know, because the year 2019 was for American coinage a truly special and unique year that created some of the most exciting collectible coins of the modern era. The America the Beautiful Quarters program was launched in 2010 by the United States Mint with a mission that was as ambitious as it was beautiful. The program was designed to honor the most stunning and significant national parks and historic sites across the United States, producing 5 unique quarter designs every single year for 11 years. By 2019, the program was in full swing and producing some of its most breathtaking and historically significant designs. Each coin in 2019 honored a different national treasure of America, from the stunning landscapes of Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts to the breathtaking beauty of American Memorial Park in the Northern Mariana Islands, the magnificent War in the Pacific National Historical Park in Guam, the legendary San Antonio Missions National Historical Park in Texas, and the spectacular Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness in Idaho. 5 different designs. 5 pieces of American history, all in a single year. A program so ambitious and so beautifully executed that it transformed the humble quarter into a canvas for celebrating the natural and historical wonders of an entire nation. Now let us talk about the design of these coins in detail, because they are genuinely stunning. On the obverse, which is the front of every coin in this series, you can see the classic profile of George Washington looking to the right, the same portrait that has graced the quarter since 1932. Above Washington, the inscription, "I in God we trust." To the left, Liberty, and to the right, the date 2019. Below the date, you will find the mint mark. A D means it was struck in Denver. A P means Philadelphia. And a precious S means it was struck in San Francisco as a proof coin, which immediately makes it far more special and potentially far more valuable. On the reverse, each of the 5 2019 designs tells a completely different and deeply American story through stunning imagery and intricate detail. These reverses are works of art in miniature, capturing landscapes, monuments, and historical moments with a level of detail and craftsmanship that makes them truly extraordinary as collectible pieces. But what can turn one of these beautiful quarters into a treasure worth thousands of dollars are the minting errors. And this is the part where every collector's heart starts racing with excitement. One of the most searched for errors in the 2019 quarters is the double die obverse, where the die strikes the coin more than once with a slight misalignment between strikes, creating a clearly visible doubled image on the lettering. If you look at your 2019 quarter under a magnifying glass and the letters of Liberty, the date 2019, or the words "I in God we trust" appear doubled or seem to have a distinct shadow behind them, you might be holding something extraordinarily valuable right in the palm of your hand. Another thrilling error to look for is the off-center strike, where the coin blank was not perfectly positioned under the die at the moment of striking. The result is a coin where the design appears dramatically shifted to one side, leaving a blank crescent of pure metal on the opposite side. On the beautifully detailed 2019 National Park designs, an off-center strike creates a visually spectacular error piece that collectors chase desperately. The more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes. Then there are the die cap errors, the cut errors where a piece of the die breaks off and leaves a raised blob of metal on the coin, and the incredibly rare wrong planchet errors where a 2019 quarter design was accidentally struck on a blank intended for a completely different coin. These wrong planchet errors are among the most dramatic and valuable error coins in all of modern numismatics. And of course, the 2019 S-proof quarters struck in San Francisco deserve special attention. These coins were produced with mirror-like dies and specially prepared blanks to achieve a stunning, brilliant finish. But when one of these proof quarters escapes with a confirmed minting error, its value in the collector market becomes something truly extraordinary and almost impossible to find. How do you know if your 2019 National Park quarter is hiding a fortune? Start searching right now. Check every coin jar, every drawer, every old purse, and every forgotten collection in your home. The 2019 quarters are easy to spot because their reverses feature stunning national park imagery instead of the standard eagle design. Once you find one, grab a magnifying glass of at least 10 times magnification and carefully study the obverse. Look closely at the letters of Liberty, the date 2019, and "I in God we trust." Do you see anything doubled or shadowed? Is the design perfectly centered or does it seem shifted? Check the reverse too for any unusual doubling in the landscape imagery or lettering around the edge. Every tiny detail matters, and every small anomaly could be the discovery that changes everything for you. And please remember, if you think you might have something special, never ever clean it. Cleaning an old or error coin is the single most expensive mistake a collector can make because it permanently destroys the natural surface and can slash the coin's value by 90% or more overnight. Place it carefully in a protective plastic coin sleeve, keep it away from heat and humidity, and send it to a world-renowned grading service like PCGS or NGC to have it professionally examined, authenticated, and graded. And now the moment that everyone has been waiting for since the very first second of this video. How much is a 2019 America, the beautiful National Park $quarter error coin, actually worth in today's market? Take a deep breath. Are you ready? Depending on the specific type of error, which of the 5 designs carries the mistake, and most importantly, the certified condition of the coin, a 2019 National Park $quarter with a confirmed error can be worth in today's market between $58,000 and $295,000. Between $58,000 and $295,000. For a quarter, a modern coin from just a few years ago that millions of people have touched, spent, and tossed away without giving it a single second thought. So right now, the moment this video ends, go search every coin you have in your home. Check every 2019 quarter you can find. Look for those stunning National Park designs on the reverse and then examine every detail carefully and patiently because you truly never know what incredible treasure might be hiding in plain sight waiting for you to finally notice it. If this video got your heart pumping and left you excited to dig through your coins, hit that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and make absolutely sure you hit that bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos where we will keep uncovering together the rarest, most mysterious, and most valuable coins in the entire world. Until next time, and always remember, the greatest treasure of your life might be sitting right there in that coin jar you walk past every single day without ever giving it a second glance.